I'd go there, and I'd take away the boards, and I'd boom, boom.
Justin Deas, Guiding Light.
And looking up at me was this frozen, crazed face of a 19-year-old boy from Arizona.
And the Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor goes to...
You read it.
Justin Deas.
Oh, I'm not that short. Mother never taught me how to run in heels, I guess. Oh, God. Guiding Light's wonderful. It's just a great place to work. Thanks to Jill. And all the actors are wonderful, especially Fiona and Gene and my son Frank. And, oh, God, all the crew, YP, Maria. I mean, everybody's great. It's a lot of fun. So thank you very much. Oh, and I want to say hello to Samuel Lawrence Deas and Joseph Harrison Deas, and to Lisby, I love you.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I just thought we ought to be getting home, you know. It's getting late.
Come on, don't you want to wake up together? Take a shower together with a motel bars of soap?
I would just as soon Frank and Elaine didn't figure out what happened. You know, I don't want to answer a lot of questions.
Are you sorry it happened?
No. I was just wishing that everything else hadn't happened and that nothing else ever would, but that's not likely, and hey, I will live.
Danny, I wouldn't turn around and do you dirt. Look at me. I mean, either one of us knows where this is going. But I meant what I said. I mean, tonight, for the first time, I finally felt like I came home.
That's very sweet, Buzz, but you gotta understand that home to me is the place where I always slept alone because you left me. I'm not mad. It's just... I've just never been very good at putting on the brakes with you. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm kind of dumb that way. Just bear with me, okay? I forgot to give you this. Harley picked up this frame for you. Tom over at Tom's Family Jewels, he said that this is the proper way to display this, and your daughter wanted to give it to you before she left on her honeymoon. But it wasn't ready till today, so here you go. What's the matter? Don't you like it? It's sterling silver.
See, over and over and over again, you've asked me one question, why I didn't come back. And I kept sloughing it off with the answer, like there's no good reason.
But no, it was Lucy.
No, not Lucy. Not Lucy's mother. Because I didn't love you enough. Or the kids. There's a reason. You're holding it in your hand. Most of what I told you about Lucy's mother is true, except for a few details.
Which details? You said, that she was the wife of an old army buddy.
Yeah, he was a soldier, but he wasn't a buddy, and he was in the Air Force, not the Army.
I'm listening.
I found Sylvia in a little town, named of all things, Concepcion, near an Air Force base in an island called Luzon.
In the Philippines.
This kid. 18, 19.
It's as old as we were when we had Frankie.
Deanie, do you want to hear this?
Yes, I do. Maybe I'm just a little scared, okay? I do. All right, so what was she like, this Sylvie?
She was like a child. She was odd, needy, you know. Like nobody ever taught her anything. And the only family she had was that soldier. They got married right after he was drafted. She didn't realize that that wouldn't keep him out. That's how naive she was. She'd fallen as far as she could go. He set her up in some run-down motel with chickens in the backyard and lizards in the bathtub. They were only together 4 months before they shipped him off to Nam.
And then when he died, they sent you to tell her.
It was September when he died. When I got to her, it was December. She didn't know. I thought she knew, but she didn't. It was left to me to spill the beans. I had no idea that girl was pregnant. Or this would come as a shock to her.
It wasn't your fault that she lost the baby. It wasn't.
She should have been notified. They should have... Oh, but I do think I know the reason they delayed.
Well, it's very sad. But I don't understand something. I didn't get it the first time you told me, and I still don't get it.
What?
Why did you stay with her? You know, after you took her to the hospital and they said she was going to be okay and everything, why did you stay?
Because her husband was dead.
But he wasn't your friend. Did you even know him?
No.
And what does all this have to do with your silver star?
That's what I got it for.
You got a medal because this girl's husband was dead?
I got it because I killed him. It was less than a year after I signed up for my second tour. Long after I knew you were pregnant, before Harley was born. And I was back with my old unit. I mean, it felt like a class reunion. Long lost friends, I ate it up. You know, King of Fifth Street and more. You know, I hated that war. I wasn't going to resign. When we were over there, I read all the papers and I saw all the stuff about all the peace rallies and the marches, man. Bringing our boys back home. And I loved it. But I wanted to go over there and march with them, so I went back. And I went straight to Berkeley where they were having a march. I checked into a hotel, put on my formal uniform, and went out and marched with them. And they spat on me. They called me baby killer. And they spat on me. They spat on my uniform. So, I resigned. I wanted to go someplace where there's so many uniforms that they wouldn't look at my uniform, just see me.
I saw you. You were wearing a uniform. I thought it was just clothes that you look nice in.
In September, we had some no-account mission. It was like easy, simple, some chopper going down behind the lines, and they wanted us to... It was a friendly village. They wanted us to go in behind the lines and get the pilot, if he was alive, and bring him back. And we knew the village. I mean, kids would come up, pat you on the butt, and run away. Old ladies doing their chores who wouldn't look at you. Young girls that didn't have the sense not to look at you. But no men. Unless they hit them. So we couldn't believe we were in the right village. When we saw what we saw. What reason would they have done what they did if there were no men there? What would they gain by burning a village and slaughtering animals and women and kids in ways I couldn't describe even if I let myself remember? Well, before we got around to figuring out what they were up to, all of a sudden, sniper fire. We hit the ground. 3 of us were hit. I saw where it was coming from. About 100 yards away, corner of the village, there was this grain pit. It's sort of like a root cellar with boards on top and thatch on top of that. And right in the corner, right there, was a little barrel sticking out. Just the muzzle. The sergeant was down. So the men looked to me. And I thought, do it. Do it. My heart filled up big, man. And I just said, go, go. I ran as fast as I could. 25 yards, barrel goes down. 10 yards, barrel comes back up. I go there, and I take away the boards. And I shoot. Boom, boom. And looking up at me was this frozen, crazed face of a 19-year-old boy from Arizona. And in the back of my head, I'm saying, stop, stop, stop. They're gonna shoot him. I can see him. I can see him. It was the chopper pilot. They were protecting him. The village was burned out. And all the women. And the children. Thus protecting him. And all their bravery is undone by mine. For weeks, but it seemed in my head like a day later when the major called me into his office. I knew that the truth about the Arizona kid, his death, was not going to be told the way it happened. It was going to be some, skirmish with casualty story. Back then, COs didn't go to press about one of their own blasting one of their soldiers away. And this kid wasn't in our unit. Hell, he wasn't even in the Army. So they had to get a bigger story to cover it up. The major handed me 2 envelopes. First one had a silver star. and a citation for gallantry in action against an enemy of the United States. He apologized for the lack of ceremony. Oh, you know, I might have been okay if it hadn't been for that damn medal. And there it was, laughing at me, like it knew it was shining up in my eyes that day, blinding me to what everybody else could see. I don't even know why I kept it. I guess I didn't throw it away because Sally and the other guys couldn't throw away their scars, so why should I be able to throw mine away? The second envelope was a transfer to another unit and promotion to quartermaster. I looked at the major. He didn't say anything. I didn't see anything. I walked out. People outside didn't say anything. They didn't say anything, but they knew. And in that second, my way of thinking shifted. And stayed that way for 22 years. I thought, yeah, a transfer, that's the answer, that's what I want. I've had the wrong idea. Living with people who didn't give a damn about me, that was the right idea. So I was about 4 or 6 weeks in Selly's unit before I left. And I was a quartermaster, you know. People did me a lot of favors. And vice versa. So getting away was no problem. And I don't think I even knew where I was going till I got there. And I didn't know I was going to stay until I saw that girl lying in that hospital bed with Christmas coming on. And the nurse telling her that it was okay, she could have other children. And then I thought about you. And I thought about Frank with a baby tooth in his pocket. And our baby. And Pop, who would take care of you. And I thought about that odd, scared girl who'd lost a baby. And that blazing angry face in that grain pit. Who should be beside her? Who should be married to her? Having his first boy or girl. And I thought, what? It is not right that a life that big should be standing empty. Somebody should be living it. And I thought it was a fair exchange if I lived. So I thought, yes, I could marry this girl. For the husband she lost. Yes, I could give her a child for the baby she lost. It was a fair exchange. The only thing that would be lost would be me. It wasn't a great deal for you or Frank or Harley.
I want to tell you something. Do you know what it is? It's not that I love you. Although maybe I could say that too. What it is that I would never, ever let anyone make you apologize for anything again. Doesn't the air smell sweet?
It must be Eleni's garden. I'm keeping you up past your bedtime.
What time is it?
It's,
3 o'clock. I can't remember when I stayed out this late. Do you want me to come home with you?
Oh. Yes. Yes. The Stavros found us the rest of his hair go white. Besides, we gotta get bright and early tomorrow morning out to the hospital.
Marina's surgery. Can't forget that.
Mm.
Oh, good night.
Deanie, when I told you, no one else in the world, no one, Lucy, not Lucy's mother, knows that story.
I won't tell anyone, I
I
promise.
don't mean that. I mean, I don't think the story was ever told because I was waiting to tell you.
Nadine?
I thought you were upstairs sleeping.
I'll be in shortly.
And you, what are you doing bringing her back so late?